This is an impromptu question. I hope you're doing great and I hope you're having a beautiful day. And with that, I want to see or check your relationship with life. Are you surviving or are you thriving? And that's the question I want to ask you today. When was the last time you checked in, not with your partner and not with your job, not with your goals, but with life itself? When was the last time you checked in with life? So let me ask you a quick question. Today, I'm going to guide you to see what is your relationship with life and to see if you are surviving or if you're really, really thriving. So maybe we'll engage a little bit in your mindset, your energy habits, your beliefs. If life were to be a person, how would you describe your relationship? So I'm going to ask that again. And if you want, you can close your eyes. If life were to be a person, how would you describe your relationship with it? Okay, so are you showing up present? Are you showing up grateful? Are you showing up drained, resentful? How are you showing up to living? And that's something that I want you to check in. And I want you to feel if you're constantly overwhelmed, if you feel numb. Sometimes we tend to say that when we're numb, we're not feeling, which is a complete opposite because when you're numb, it's because you're feeling too much that your brain, your body, your emotions have decided to numb you. It's easier. Let's just numb, let's don't feel because we're actually feeling too much. So let me give you this gem again. When you're numb, it's not because you're not feeling, it's actually because you're feeling too much, that your body, your emotional system decides to collapse. Let me just numb, let me just keep you in this state. But you're definitely feeling a lot. Okay. So are you always waiting for the next thing to feel happy? Are you waiting for that instant gratification to feel okay? Are you resisting change or are you stuck in old patterns? Remember that a transformation, it's not easy. Yes, you can accept the belief in an instant, but then your brain really has to make that decision that it's going to decide to make it into instantaneously. If not, don't feel bad because it is a journey. Okay. So another thing is, do you feel disconnected from your body? Do you feel disconnected from nature? Or maybe you don't have a purpose, or maybe your purpose is not big enough for you to continue doing what you're doing, that you're just going on autopilot, feeling the same way every day. So that's the other thing I need you to acknowledge. So you can always do a checklist for self-assessment. How am I feeling today? How am I feeling when I go to bed? Did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I fulfill my agenda for the day, for the month, for the year? So keeping all that in check is going to help you build that relationship in life and to see where you are in with life. Some other questions that I want you to ponder upon are, am I just surviving or am I truly living? Surviving, you're getting day by day, which is great. Am I truly living? Are you really happy with what you're doing? Okay. What do I complain about the most? And what does that say about my outlook? Okay, I'll repeat that again. What do I complain about the most? What does that say about my outlook? Okay, what part of life am I currently resisting? And I'll be truthful with you, the part that you're currently resisting is the part that you need to stop resisting so you can move forward. The human brain is designed to survive. It's designed to avoid pain. We want instant gratification. We want pleasure. But the one thing that you're probably resisting, it's the one thing that you should be doing the most so you can get where you're heading to. Okay. When do I feel most alive? When do I feel most alive? And this is going to be another trick question because if you're feeling most alive when you're out having fun, maybe having some drinks, maybe eating, maybe having both eating and drinking, partying, not sleeping well, if you do recreational drugs, is if that is when you're having the most feeling of being alive, there's probably a disconnect. Why? Because it's no secret that all of those actions or habits create something negative in the body. So ask yourself, and if that's the case, ask yourself why. And ask yourself, what is my purpose? Where am I going? Where is this going to take me that is going to be better for myself? If you're at that age where you don't know what you want to do, 18, 19, 20, maybe 30s and below, it's okay. Maybe you need to get a coach, a counselor, somebody that can help you, somebody that can guide you to see where do you want to go in life. And don't get me wrong, maybe you can be above 30 and still don't know where you're going. Or you thought you knew where you were going and you're like, I don't know, I got lost in translation somewhere. It's okay. Maybe you just need a little bit of that guidance. Okay. So just ask yourself, when do we feel most alive? What does my ideal relationship with life feel like? What is your ideal relationship with life? What is good for you in life? And always remember, if life were to be a person, how is that relationship? How is that relationship? Okay, that's the best way I can put it for you to know how you're doing in any relationship. That can be with money. You can be, if money were to be a person, how is that relationship? If money were to be fitness, how would that be? Would me being fit bring me money because I feel more confident? Or if I have a bad habit, if let's say you do something illegal, let's say you do some sort of drug that you're trying to break a habit from. What is your relationship with that drug if that drug were a person? If you're doing XYZ drug, example, and your relationship with it is amazing, yeah, you're never going to stop doing that because that relationship is good. But you know, at a long run, that relationship is going to turn against you at some point. And you want to let go of that toxic relationship before it's too late. So, any type of relationship you want to put it, right now we're talking about life, but this exercise can be done with anything. Just go ahead and put it as a person. You can sit with that person in front of you and confront it and see what it tells you. Okay, but it's just an added exercise to what we're doing today. Today, I just want you to focus with the relationship with life itself. Why? Because life, it's a present. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So I want you to really, really feel, what does my ideal relationship with life feel like? Okay. So I encourage you to journal it. I encourage you to take some minutes. I encourage you to pause this video and reflect on it, whatever works best for you. And if you can, make it a daily practice. Make it something mindful. You can always do it in nature. You can always stop, breathe, check in. How is my relationship with life today? And check it in. If you don't have the time to be journaling all day or every day, or who has time for that, there's always a moment of reflection and pondering. That can be when you're driving, that can be when you're in the restroom, that can be when you have a little break. You can always check in, okay? So try to make this constant. It's going to give you a great idea where you stand in life, and maybe make more time for it. Ask yourself, what lights me up? What lights me up? But when you ask yourself that question, what lights me up in a healthy, ethical way? I'm not saying it's not okay to go have fun. Definitely see that as a reward more than instant gratification so I can feel happy and I can survive tomorrow for tomorrow. Okay, so we're going for the long run. Um, be curious instead of controlling. Try different things. Try different things that are going to take you to become that person you want to become. Practice gratitude, not for what you have, but for what you get to experience. And all of us, most of us don't have everything we have. Some of us do, some of us don't. Some of us are even tired of being grateful. Oh, I'm grateful I have a job. I'm grateful I have a car. I'm grateful I have food. And sometimes it's like, I want more than that. It doesn't mean you're not grateful for what you have, but sometimes we want more. And it's okay. That shows ambition. But be grateful for what you're experiencing in life, because sometimes we're not grateful for the experience because sometimes it's not the most pleasant one. And it doesn't have to be. That experience is teaching you a lesson, a moment. It's preparing you for what's coming. Your fortune, your abundance, your prosperity, it's already downloading. But do you have the capability to have that download is the question. Or do you need to build more RAM in your brain, in your mind, more memory, so all that program has enough space. So when it's here for you, you're ready for it. Think about that. Okay. Forgive the past version of who you are or who you were that is just trying to survive. Sometimes when we're surviving, it's because we haven't forgotten about our past. We live in the past. We build excuses on the past. That's why we don't tend to move forward when sometimes it's just an emotion, is just a fear. Okay. Another thing that can help you with this relationship with life is to do your affirmations or do a ritual at the end of the day, whatever you have to do. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is when you do your affirmations, do affirmations that you believe. Start with those. Don't start with affirmations that are non-real to you because your brain is very smart and your subconscious even smarter. It's going to be non-existent to it if you don't believe it. If you have an affirmation that you don't believe, your brain automatically is going to be like, that is BS. That is a belief system that is bullshit or BS. So start with an affirmation or affirmations that you truly, honestly believe and build upon those. Once you get stronger in your belief, in your faith, in who you believe you are, then you can start adding other affirmations, okay? So just take a quick 30-second breath work, hold it in, really remember that you're a life being. Take a moment of connection with yourself. Ask yourself all the questions that I asked you. Ask yourself, what is my relationship with life? Get the answer and build upon that. Build upon that. This is going to be a transformational journey. It takes steps. It takes a lot of questioning. It takes a lot of doing the work to actually know thyself because we know a lot of things. We go to school for a lot of things, but sometimes we forget to know the most important person, us, myself, I, thyself. Who are you? Where are you going? Where are you trying to go? Maybe you're trying to go through a path that it's not even something you want or like, just because you're trying to meet the status quo and it's nothing that you want to do. And then guess what? You live a miserable life doing something you don't want, being on your doing instead of being in your being. And that takes courage, it takes understanding, it takes character to build upon. And just know that and work on that. Ask yourself, what is my relationship with life? And let me know. Let me know. You can comment below. My relationship with life is wonderful. My relationship with life is non-existent. My relationship with life is numbness. Just share it in the bottom. If you need a coach, if you need somebody to talk to, you can always contact me and you'll find my information below. You can always send me an email to talkwithbrenda@gmail.com or just go to my website and just email me there. You can find all my social media platforms there. But the main thing today is, again, when was the last time you checked in with life? If life were to be a person, how is your relationship with it, him, her, or it, whatever? And just ponder upon that. You can always write it down and you can always contact me if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Till next time, bye bye.